All right, let's kick it off. Round 7, the semifinals. Hello, everybody, and hello, Hellgin. Uh,
Hey,
formerly known as Hellgin, but we kept saying Hellgin, so that stuck.
oh, Hellgin is fine.
Awesome. Hopefully, sound and audio is all lovely. I'm gonna throw up the, not literally, bracket, so we can see where we are and what we have done. This has actually been kind of a journey. This is our longest tournament by a long shot, but people love double elim. I put it up to vote and people want it again, so might be having some more epic stuff. So we just got the one series in front of us. Stoic Rooster, a former tournament winner, versus Agent Cypher 19, a three-time third place. Ist is looking to break that curse now. And these guys could be using any of these four decks. Stoic Rooster. Let's just throw up the deck lists. We have Vitruvian and Lionar for the Stoic side, and Lionar and Magmar for the Agent Cypher side. And they got different Lionar generals, so if they do the Lionar ditto, it could be pretty interesting.
Hmm.
Got like eggs and spells on one side, and dervishes and some big boys on the other side. Could be pretty interesting to see. Yeah. Are you ready to jump into game number 1?
Yes, let's go.
Cool. Jumping into it in 3, 2, 1, based. Okay. So we've got Agent Cypher going first and picking Magmar. Since these guys are both in lower bracket, they can choose either of their two decks. So the only limitation they've got now is whoever wins with their deck is going to be on it for the next game, whereas the other guy could mix it up at that point.
Okay.
Turn 1 Silithar, love to see it. Oh, and a fault in hand already, which immediately gets replaced, so Stoic doesn't care about holding on to that all game. Rather have some action.
Yeah, same with the bounded life force on the other side.
Yeah, turning yourself into a 10-10 doesn't do anything, and he draws it again anyway. Whoops, fair enough, it happens. Still a very nice start for Agent Cypher 19. Likes to get this natural selection early, gives him a lot of control. Zoetic's pretty great. Stoic could do the really dumb play of Portal Guardian on the mana tile and then a Blood Tier Alchemist somewhere, but that throws away your hand and doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the Guardian will be pretty much dead before it even gains any stats.
Yeah, you could give it the one attack with a Silence First Wish, or possibly a Blood Tier. Portal Guardian placed defensively actually might be the play now that this First Wish is showing up.
Would he play it on the mana tile in front of him, or would he play it above him?
Okay, keeping it out of reach. Doesn't want to pump it up just yet. Has bigger plays in mind, which is fair. It's kind of pushes the pressure on Agent Cypher to put something on this tile. But he'll be happy to do that with this Silithar, probably. Nope, Rageminder. Gives him leftover mana for taking out this Guardian.
Yeah, Stoic isn't. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to deal with his tempo right now.
Yeah, this is a lot of eggs coming out, and there's incredible support for it. So gonna try to formulate his own game plan, generating a back row mana.
I would love to see the fifth Canopic come into play and block the eggs. If you can actually keep that alive a couple of rounds.
Yeah, that's like the best BBS to turn off.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal against the Lilith deck because I was trying to do the Variax BBS, but this would shut down the Zoetic Charm BBS, so the eggs can't even come out. And it's a burly minion. Magmar's not going to have an easy time dealing with it.
Yeah, none of the rush. Oh, sorry. None of the rush minions can kill it in one turn. It's interesting.
AC-19 could steal this mana tile if he takes 2 steps forward and drops the Elucidator, but is not going to do that, taking this nearby one instead. Oh, wait a sec, right, of course, that's his Ragebinder. So being able to snag all the mana tiles really limits Stoic's options. And he has no great targets to hit. Like, you probably want to slash the Elucidator, but even that isn't gonna feel great.
Yeah, it's not gonna do much. It's gonna put him, uncomfortably low as well, for nothing.
Yeah. So keeping his distance from the Elucidator, 5th Commonopic is here to stop the eggs.
Yeah, at least there won't be a BBS this turn.
Yeah. And this minion is really good sustain. I don't even know if Agent Cypher's gonna go for it at all, because it's so tanky.
Yeah. How would he even kill it? You'd have to whittle it down, but that might not be worth it at all.
Yeah, you could take out half of Stoic's health bar with all that effort, and then try to win faster that way, maybe. Although, accepting that you just don't have a BBS anymore is pretty sad as Ragnora. But maybe the start is so strong that Agent Cypher will be just fine anyway.
Yeah. He still has that much on the board.
Yeah, and taking advantage of his artifact, he can't get hit twice and this egg off the table cleared all in one go. So Stoic might have to use his BTA or something. And next turn, Agent Cypher gets access to Mechanta Warbeast, and then the turn after that, Bounded Life Force, so some strong follow-up turns incoming.
Yeah, and Stoic has nothing really to clear this field.
Has decent healing options at least, so it's not like a 4 damage from the Mechaniger and 10 damage from the Bonded Life Force is just going to be it, assuming we get a Rejuvenator out or something.
Although it looks like stalling the inevitable, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, dropping a minion on the center tile is good counterplay against Fault. Although with 6 mana, you'd need one more because we banned Ray. Finds the Caw. This is a good card in this matchup. Getting the Sans Roll Reader to start generating dervishes to make use of it. Because the Caw could like clean up the Elucidator and then run to the corner. So it seems to be the key thing to getting back in this game.
Yeah, it could even be used to start clearing the Zoetic. Possibly off the general later, if it gets that far.
The +1 attack turns into a downside when there's a raid around. Focusing down the egg, doesn't want any rippers out, and doesn't want to just slash himself for 3 damage.
Yeah, at this point it actually looks a lot better for Stoic.
Yeah.
And I mean, and at this point, the fact that Ragnora cannot use his BBS is going to start to really hurt.
Yeah, I can't fade away and get value. Meanwhile, these sand tiles are spitting out constant value. Probably wants to take the line of keep close and then try to use Bonded Light Force to finish the game next turn. I could see that line of thought.
Yeah. Since running away, won't work. You can't outvalue him anymore in the current circumstances.
Yeah, so Warbeast definitely going for the general. Elucidator basically trades for the Sans Roll Reader and does nothing. And then to not die next turn, Stoic just needs to do any kind of healing. give himself some kind of good position.
Yeah, at the very least, block off. Hopefully both.
Killing the Bloodseer Alchemist there so it doesn't easily kill the War Beast. And there's a couple options here for Stoic. Ka
Yeah, maybe
tempting.
he'll use Ka to clear off the Zoetic, so that 5th Canopy can kill the egg. But
Yeah, then War Beast comes in, does a bunch.
But he can clear War Beast with his general and then use Ka to block to block the path. Might be a bit dicey.
Yeah, that sort of works. Going to 6 is a pretty risky proposition when your opponent can hit for 10. But Ka is such a player. It gets the automatic 1-up from the Exhuming Sand here. It's just too good to not use. Even has the BBS to get another life out of it, so we'll be able to clear both the Mecanter and the Artifact.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a lot better. Forgot about the extra life.
Giving it a +1 just to take out the 5th Canopic, or that's his. Just to add on a bit more damage, but it's not lethal. The cost sticks around, so it's susceptible to a silence, but knows his opponent's deck list. And there is an EMP for silencing. And that is about it. Has a funny turn here where one damage off lethal. This Bounded Life Force would have done it, but as you were saying, the cause of blocker is just great.
Yeah.
Kai isn't even great to kill because now Ka's just over there. But with a Lava Slasher, you can keep.
He can actually kill the Ka. Yeah, and then the next turn he still has Bounded Life Force.
Yeah, and the healing that you get from Rejuvenator's only going to be enough to cancel out the Lava Slasher, which means the Bounded Life Force is still lethal.
Okay, but he does have a Blood of Air, but he'd probably move 2 up now and move his 5th Canopic down.
Yeah.
To try and start blocking somehow, yeah.
Yeah, that he just has to try playing around that spell now.
I mean, he could Blood of Air and throw down a minion. Throw down a obelisk.
Yeah, that would at least serve as a pretty good blocker. Could buy him a turn. It's Blood of Air. And has enough mana for just the Fireblaze obelisk.
Yeah.
Pretty good placement. Even if this Lava Lance did do 4 damage, it wouldn't be enough. But between the Lava Slasher and the Lava Lance, this obelisk could be cleared in a turn, but then there's no mana for Bounded Life Force, so...
Wait, doesn't Agent Cypher have 8 mana next turn? Oh, but that's next turn, okay.
Yeah. So it looks pretty good for Stoic unless Agent Cypher can get a really good draw. This 5th Canopic is doing so much work. Can't get any more of these Ripper Eggs out to buff up his removal spell.
Yeah, it looked pretty expensive in the beginning. I mean, it took a while to really pay off.
Yeah.
But now that it's paying off, it hurts.
Yeah, now it's like, do you just drop the Lava Slasher to deal with it? But then the egg immediately gets cleaned up by a Dervish, so it's not great. Has some nice potential burst damage if he can never get his egg ability back. So maybe
at this point, with that burst combo, you'll probably go clear the 5th Canopic with Lava Lance with Lava Lasher now, because that gives him two different ways to finish the game.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't seem like that's his plan at all, though.
Huh.
He
Just
he wants to
gonna.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to go face with
With everything.
with
and
bounded life force.
probably just gonna end up replacing the Inceptor. Oh, he's got another way of making rippers now. Sort of. This rage reactor has to actually connect on something.
Yeah.
Finding more Bloods of Error, pretty timely. And has the heal up.
He has to heal up. I mean, otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
And he would. He has no reason not to. And it heals and blocks.
And Vault is a pretty decent last card at late game. Gives him another game plan. Could potentially attack a token to make a Ripper, but now that he replaced his Hatcher, probably doesn't want to do that. Rage Binder. Even the artifact, just for the attack up.
Does he run Rebuke in this deck?
Yes. So a Rebuke draw would be pretty sweet.
If he replaced into Rebuke now, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, it's a really
But,
good
yeah.
answer to Fault, because they build their infinite board out and then you just make it disappear. Well, can't fault him for this strategy. I can just run to the right side of the board and be completely safe.
Yeah, now his health is also completely out of
Ooh.
reach.
Yeah, finding this Azure Herald again too, really nice. Agent Cypher stuck with tiny cards in his hand, cannot defeat the Sandswarm. First game goes to Stoic Rooster.
Nice.
Ready to go into game number 2.
Yeah, one moment. Okay, ready.
Cool, cool. Let's jump into it in 3, 2, 1, paste.
Okay.
We are back with game number 2, Stoic Rooster. It's now on the left side of the screen. Agent Cypher 19 deciding to stick with his Ragnora deck. Despite getting completely hosed by a 5th Canopig, really feels like this is the better matchup. Stoic's off to a strong start though, has the Dream Shaper and the Metallurgist.
Yeah, I didn't find any Dream Shapers at all in the previous match.
Yeah. Would have been really useful for the hand refill. Agent Cypher has a really strong start with the Metallurgist, but doesn't have the Lava Slasher to put it in the middle of the map turn 1, which is a really funny opening you can do if you get the Metallurgist turn 1, player 2's Magmar. Because this Lava Slasher is 1 too expensive, so maybe drops a Cryptographer in the back row and the Metallurgist up front. I've seen people throw Greater Fortitude on the first thing that they drop, but the spell is a lot better for the Rippers because the Celerity can double the bonus. Does the defensive opener. Really doesn't want his Cryptographer getting slashed for free. And is completely confused. What, does he not have a BBS spell to use?
He should have his BBS to use.
Looks good to me. We've got this terrifying obelisk here again. You threw everything at it last game.
Yeah, it is always intimidating when you throw a 2-mana minion with a Greater Fortitude turn 1. But honestly, it's just so expensive.
Yeah, it's asking to get Blood of Error or something.
Yeah.
And if it's that early, it's far away from stuff that you can usually just fade a turn if you need.
Yeah, just throwing away card advantage. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the power move. Like, ha! Deal with this.
So with greater fortitude, this obelisk could be destroyed.
That would probably be worth it.
Might
That's
as
probably
well.
exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah,
Why
like this,
give him that? Why give him that value?
this is like the best obelisk in the game, right? It's just so good. Attack is just so strong. Lets him spittle 3/2s. Decides instead to go for the metallurgist. That's pretty good because the egg is out of reach.
Is the egg is still safe? That is cool.
Unless...
And we're still leaving the totem on 2 health, so it's gonna die. Oh, he's just gonna kill it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had the
course.
lava slasher budget.
I thought he was maybe hit it and then finish it off next turn, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, if you can prevent your opponent from getting a turn with those, it's generally worth. So there's some strong late game in Stoic's hand. Not a lot for right now. Just surrenders? Wait, what?
Whoa! It's just like, I don't want to play this. Let's go
His
next.
hand was all late game? It was just like GG go next?
Yeah, that's.
I didn't think he was lost at that point, but maybe he's been in that situation more than me. He had the Ripper at the top to deal with and had no answers. Or his best play was dropping a 4/4 and like passing. So maybe he was actually lost in that situation.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a fair argument to make to not stress yourself and burn yourself out in a single match playing from behind. But yeah, that was still somewhat unexpected.
Maybe he just really wanted to switch to Argeon. He's like, wait, wrong deck. I'll burn a match on it. Let's go. Ready to go into our decider match to see who advances to the finals.
Be there in a second. One moment. Okay, ready.
Cool. We are going into it in 3, 2, 1, going. He did want to switch to Argeon. Well, I hope he's happy with his 2 Blood Tier Alchemists turn 1. That's like too much power. It's really useful for getting the Arc-like Sentinel out, because even a 3 toughness creature could be killed by that combo turn 1.
Yeah. And otherwise, just keeping them around to counter eggs is also great.
Tempest is going to be really good against the Ryzens too.
Ah, yes.
AC quickly throws that back into the deck. Oh, it has a Zoetic charm, that's it. Which is okay.
Stoic has a really good start here.
Yeah.
Potentially.
He can burst this artifact anytime he wants. Keeping both the Alchemists in hand. Sometimes I see people replace the Alchemist when they have 2. But still, I could really use the extra pings to deal with the eggs and stuff. And pretty defensive placement on the knight. Doesn't want it to get like hit by a lance and turned into an egg or something like that.
Yeah. And I don't think Agent Cypher wants to move too forward anyway to take that center mana tile.
I think that would be the play with Greater Fortitude on a Ragebinder. You can like eat the mana tile from him, but you get stuck immediately, and then your Zoetic Charm falls off, so maybe that's not great.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. But I guess, yeah. I'm curious, is he going to go take that?
Yeah, I feel like
very, yeah. But at the same time, he wants to kind of hold back a little with that artifact, I feel.
The mana ramping actually doesn't do a whole lot, because Stoic's hand is all full of low-end stuff. Okay, going for it.
Yeah, he's going forward.
And a buffed up Rangebinder's pretty nice. It's able to tangle with this Knight pretty easily. Probably gonna have to get hit by the Sentinel and a Draining Wave. Or a Primus Fist and a Blood Tier and lose your Knight. I don't know.
No,
the egg.
the
Yeah, the knight.
losing the knight's not worth it.
Yeah, keep that.
Draining.
Like the artifact is gonna be an issue here.
Yeah, and then probably arc light. Yeah.
Yeah, and then both the general and minion attack it. And Stoic dealing with that opening play pretty well, has himself in a nice situation. Agent Cypher is probably going to want to clear the knight with the Elucidator. That seems nice. Could
You can take the bottom.
Yeah.
Then you can take the bottom mana, and he can play an egg, and he cut the egg.
Brilliant.
A force field egg. Of course, that's gonna get cleared with those alchemists, but
yeah, it gets
probably still fine. Yeah.
Opts to go with the egg morph instead of the Elucidator.
Hmm.
Elucidator notably being too small to deal with Latigris.
Yeah, Stoic is probably just gonna play the Chigris on the top mana. No, he's not. Okay, never mind.
Going for the Alchemist instead.
Wants to clear that.
Oh. Okay. Keeping it defense. Even with the egg morph, this Latigris couldn't be caught.
Yeah. Played it super defensively now. It gives up the mana, but it's a really good position.
Yeah. Mana doesn't.
And the mana, the mana doesn't even help Agent at all now.
Yeah, it could let him Lava Slasher and make an egg. He's gonna want to propagate Rage because it's cooling down next turn. But that gets cleaned up instantly by anything. With 2 Pocket Alchemists in the hand still, Stoic is just full of tricks, and this Primus Fist is gonna hurt a lot with this Tigris. Or any of these cubs. Finds Horizon. Uh-oh.
Pity is not gonna help at all now.
Yeah, even if
it'll just get...
it gets Tempested if it gets out of hand. And it's gonna get Spear chucked in the meanwhile. If it could somehow survive a turn, then it shuts off a lot of plays, including general attacks, but there's no protection spell. Best protection spell is a +2/+2, but Aurora gets over that, so.
Okay, got an EMP.
The EMP is here.
Although his plan was probably to kill the Latigris next turn with Elucidate. Just damaging it this turn.
Takes a Lava Slasher and an Elucidator to bring her down.
Yeah. Pretty expensive, but there's no other option really.
Yeah, because we see this cat factory. And then this other cub could probably take 2 steps to the left to go for the mana, just to be a nuisance.
Gonna deal some damage.
No option for AC to move down to grab this mana tile to get this EMP out sooner. Had to take the step closer to Latigris, but is finding himself boxed in. Ooh, 4 damage Spear Chucker. So Elucidator trades with it. Probably worth it because it's so good on mana. And EMP would have been another good answer, but it is a turn too slow.
Yeah, 1 mana short. Okay.
Well, I guess a wild BBS is slightly better now that this Cryptographer is down, and you want to do it to bait an attack off yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can BBS now, Cryptographer next turn, and BBS again.
But the only problem is Elucidator took him down to 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
kind
is
of
it.
forgot about that.
Yeah, that's this isn't just a free
That's
rush minion.
basically,
That's it with one roar.
yeah,
Not even just what's on the table. And Agent Cypher 19 continuing the streak, or the curse, if you will.
of being third.
Third place
Shame.
again.
Oh,
The fourth time in a row. Congratulations. And Stoic Rooster going to be advancing to rematch against Left Hook in the finals. And that is our semifinals. Pretty short rounds, but that's what we get with best of threes.
Yeah.
And
congratulations to Stoic. It was well played.
yeah, this means we are guaranteed a repeat champion. Stoic Rooster is going to have a bit of a disadvantage, though, because we decided the upper bracket finalist only needs to win one best of three to take the whole thing. So Stoic is going to have to basically eliminate Left Hook into losers, and then do another best of three from there.
Fight him and then beat him in the losers bracket after that, yeah.
The only thing he's got going for him is Left Hook is locked into his main deck, so we're going to be seeing the Argeon happen first, which Stoic can dodge the mirror matchup if he wants to, and that's the bit he's got going for him. Best of luck.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, thanks again, Hellgin, for coming to cast. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's great to be here.
Cool. And with that said, we are out of here. Adios all. Have a good day, have a good night. See you guys for the finals.
Yeah, cheers.